Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hope everyone is doing well. This is already week number 7. We are basically at the middle of the 14 weeks of our semester, the normal semester. Okay, inshallah. So, Bismillah, for today. This is the last portion of chapter 4, right? So you will have the distributed loading, and the quiz will be on this part. But of course, when we say distributed loading, the question will be including what we have learned other than that, right? Because the question will never be just to to transform the distributed loading into point load. The question will be about, I don't know, calculated moment, simplification or anything, but on top of what we have before, where every force is just 1 point load, it will be a distributed load, right? So hopefully everything else that we have covered so far is okay, and on top of that we have the added element of distributed load. So that will be the quiz for today, inshallah. And after that, in the next class and next week's class, we will cover chapter 5. And then after that, we have a break. And then coming back from the break, we will have your midterm, inshallah. And the midterm will be, just to remind, on 6th of December, 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. At the evening. Right. And because of when the midterm is going to be held, it is after we have completed chapter 5. So the midterm for this semester is from chapter 1 until chapter 5. Okay, I repeat, the midterm will be from chapter 1 until chapter 5. Yeah, quite normally, most of the semester, because the midterm tend to be in week 7 before, so normally it is until chapter 4, but this semester it will be at the beginning of week number 9, so it covers more material. So that's one thing. So you have to make sure that you really understand from chapter 1 until chapter 5 for the midterm, inshallah. Okay. The quiz for today, as usual, at 4:30. As mentioned earlier, it will have the element of distributed loading. And then, okay, there are some comments and feedback. I do appreciate any feedbacks that you have been giving or given, at the menti.com link. Please do keep keep giving comments so that I can take note of what I should be aware of, for example, at least, or any suggestion for improvement. Though there are some of the feedback that I think might as well you can even give during the session, so that I can straight away, for example, clarify what you mean or what exactly is the suggestion, because so far I can only interpret what I understand from what is written, and I do not have any way to ask, is this what you mean, or is that what you mean, right? So some direct suggestion, etc. So feel free, if you wish, you can even just give during the session, like any session, including to this session, so that I can clarify what exactly is the suggestion or what is the issue that you are facing. Right. Okay. Before I forgot, for the midterm, early on, I have given the link for those who may need to have an excuse letter in case you have like I think some have usrah or something. So for those who have requested the excuse letter, I have already emailed to you. Those are only for those who have anything that clash on that Monday, right? And normally this is Koku or usrah courses. Other than that, I don't think it should be clashing on Monday night. Okay, so that's just some information that I just want to give out. Anyway, so for the distributed learning, of course, I think if you have covered already the lecture, or we only cover those basic shapes, meaning be it triangle or rectangle, but we do not cover the integration or something. So make sure you understand how to deal with triangle as well as rectangle. I think that's the two basic shapes that you basically will need to deal with. It can be trapezium, etc., but normally those shapes you divide into rectangle and triangle anyway, right? So you basically have to only deal with two type of geometry, basically triangle and rectangular. Yep. So what else? I think that is everything that I can think of. Just as a reminder for this portion. Of course, if you have any question, especially I think I have already sent to your email the past quizzes, and of course, and also I have posted the solution. If you still do not understand any particular items in any particular quizzes before, feel free to ask as well, right? So make sure you understand why and what's going on in every particular quiz, and do not let anything that you do not understand still remain as such, because eventually you have to deal with that anyway to get good marks in the midterm at least. Right, okay, so I think that's all the announcement that I have at the beginning of the class. So feel free to ask as usual for anything, be it on today's topic or previous quizzes, etc., etc., etc. Wallahu alam, I'll be on standby insyaAllah.
Sir,
Yes.
Untuk quiz sekejap lagi, dia tak masuk untuk integration sir, untuk yang macam ada curve punya distributed loading.
Tak masuk. Kita cover only yang straight line lah. Maksudnya yang either triangle or
rectangle lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you sir.
Alright.